I know. Friends is 30 years old at this point, and not many people really even care about it. But I need to talk about this or my brain will explode. First things first though, if you're here to hate on my choice to watch Friends when there are other better shows to watch, then just go to my comment section and start spewing hate. I'll wait for you. Oh, you're back. Now, I know there's tons of other sitcoms which are considered funnier, smarter, and better written, but they're just not Friends. If I'm having dinner alone and I have no other show going on at the time, there's only one place I'm going. It's comfort food and cozy pajamas. Sure, I might not laugh out loud while watching an episode, but that's probably good because I don't want to choke on rice and die. Friends is a classic because of its likable characters with relatable life problems, which are then further dramatized and exaggerated. It's a simple formula, but it works just fine. Everyone has their favorite character. Maybe it's Chandler for his sarcasm, or Joey for his charm, or Rachel for her fashion. There's no general agreement here. What most people do agree on, however, is their most hated character, Rosanuel Eustace Geller. The internet is littered with posts and videos hating Ross. And they do have a point. But it's not that bad, is it? Yeah, there's no coming back from that. Ross is deeply insecure, makes fun of people who don't agree with him, and makes some very questionable decisions. And that's putting it lightly. It seems like in a group of generally good people, Ross is the only bad guy. I wonder why that is. To figure that out, we're taking a small detour to Top Gun Maverick. I know that's unexpected, but stick with me here. Maverick was my favorite movie of last year. Sure, Everything Everywhere All at Once was a creative film with an interesting and engaging story, and it does deserve all of the accolades that it has got. But man, Maverick was supremely entertaining. It constantly keeps you on the edge of your seat. I love the color grading throughout the entire film, the use of actual planes instead of CGI, and well-written characters that all add up to an experience that feels real. But more goes into making it work. In the 2 hours of the movie, there's no singular villain. Sure, there's textbook bad guys in the film, but they're faceless, nameless characters. All of the major conflict in the movie comes from the situation and the tension between the characters. The small conflicts and their resolution drive the story. Mav's relationship with Rooster, the competitive nature of all the recruits clashing with each other, the race against the clock, they all lead to small battles that the team has to go through. These battles provide the main structure to the movie. The story can't move forward if it isn't for these roller coaster moments where tension is at its peak and you're at the edge of your seat, followed by a few more moments of relaxing. And the cycle continues. In Friends, there's conflicts inside any one episode. Say, Phoebe trying to prove to Joey that selfless deeds do exist, but Joey does not believe in them. There's also conflicts across the 10 seasons. Look back and tell me what happened at the end of a Friends season. This long-term conflict is almost always driven by Ross and his mistakes. He's the only character to make big goof-ups that set up the next season. We were on a break, or I take the Rachel and I'm fine are few of the largest plot points in the entire story. And the concept is often just Ross being a bad guy. See, Phoebe, ditzy. Chandler, sarcastic. Monica, clean freak. Rachel, fashionista. And Joey, he's the sweet dum-dum. But Ross does all of the heavy lifting of being the negative driving force of the show. You know why? Because he's the best actor of them all. If you have watched A Band of Brothers, you know what I'm talking about. David Schwimmer can act. It takes you just 15 minutes to forget Ross Geller. You're now looking at Captain Herbert M. Sobel, commander of Easy Company. There's one scene at the end of episode 1 where David's character gives the reaction shot of a lifetime, and I doubt any of the others from the Friends cast could do that. David's voice acting is also phenomenal. He was a big part of my childhood as Melvin from Madagascar. And it is David's acting prowess that led to Ross being doomed. The ability to shoulder such creepy aspects of your character and still coming out as funny. Not everyone can do that. Similarly, Ross sort of doomed David's acting career. None of the Friends cast had a great acting career outside of the show, but in my opinion, it's because they're not that great at acting. I'm sorry, but it's true. David has range that is a class above everyone else. In another world, Ross was also just another guy, chilling with his friends without the whole world being on his ass. Where he too got to be the enthusiastic nerd of the group, coasting through 10 seasons, getting love from all the fans. In another world, David got to showcase his talent in action, horror, adventure, all sorts of stuff. But this world is not it. I hope you have at least a little bit more sympathy for Ross from now on. I hope that in all of his creepy, psycho moments, you can see David's acting prowess that separates him from the rest. And I hope you like this video for Melvin from Madagascar. Goodbye and see you in the next one.